Hello friends, welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to be completing the About Strings project. So we go open up About Strings, Command P, and I just type in the name of the file to open the file. We've got our About String. I'm going to close the other files so we're not using them right now. It looks like our first error is on line 13, so it starts right here. So here, about to string, so we cannot be treated as a string. So 2s, non-string like, not like a string, cannot be treated like a string. Okay, so here we're setting a class equal to that, and so we could save that in our thing, and so then you can see cannot be treated as a string. If we save that as an object, we can say not like a string, and we set that equal to there. What happens? Not like a string to string. Okay, so that's what it's showing us. Non-string like. For whatever reason. Not like a string. Is that right? Not like a string. Not like a string to string. Not like a string. It seems like it still asserts the same way. Test normally. Objects cannot be used where strings are expected. So if we cannot be treated like a string. File.exist? What error would this be? Undefined, file. I need to go file.exist, not il.exist. No implicit conversion. Cannot be treated. Cannot convert this into a string. So it's a type error. Interesting. I wouldn't have been able to figure that out on my own. So if you instantiate an object, this is just saying that it doesn't exist, that it can't be treated like a string, cannot be treated like a string. So objects cannot be treated as strings. And then here we have can be treated as a string. So they define toString 2s. Yeah, def2s cannot be treated. We're instantiating a new string object, and it's supposed to be like that. We can run the rake task now just to see if it's working. But on our last one, we were failing line 13. We should be further than that now. So line 38 is our new problem. 36, sorry. So here, 36. Like a string to string, my guess is that this is just going to be return string like. Because if we were to copy this into our REPL, we would see that it's able to be instantiated, and we can say like a string. Like a string and cannot be treated as string. Can be treated as string. What happens if we go like a string? Okay, so now that we've added the class into there, we can instantiate this, and we can go like a string. And that'll tell us, if we go like a string dot to str, then we get string like. String like. Okay, cool. So that's probably going to pass. We can run the rake task again. Test toString allows objects to be treated as strings. Test toString allows objects to be treated as strings. File.exist can be treated as a string.new. So this is just saying that it's actually on the thing. So actually, one thing I want to do is go file.methods. Here's all the file methods that we actually have available to us. So can be treated like a string.new. Well, yeah, actually, we should be able to see this in here. Can be treated as string. And if I search that from the bottom, it should be in that list. Looks like it's not. Can be. Weird. But yeah, this should be false because it's not actually on there. And I can actually tell that that's going to be right because of that. On line 40 is where we were failing, and it says that it expected it to equal false. So string allows objects to be treated as strings. It's false. It doesn't exist, so it can't be treated as a string. Perplexing. Acts like a string. So string is equal to string.toString if string respond to string. String is a string. So that should be true, right? I mean, this should be proper. Crazy. Yeah, so that was line 40 last time. Now I just ran the rake task again, and it's 51, which is failing. Okay, cool. So this isn't our problem. What we want to do is find out here. So yeah, geez, can be treated as a string. Can be treated as a string. Acts like a string. Okay, so this is a method. Acts like a string is a method, and you pass in a string. And then we're saying if the string responds to the toStr symbol, which means it's going to be pulled into there, then it'll work. No, actually it's a here, so str. Because in Ruby it would be a toS, so this would be, converts it like a string. So here, if it acts like a string, the object, which we called cannot be treated as a string, this is probably going to be false. And then this will be true, because it goes in on the class, we create a new instance of this. So this is our cannot be treated as a string, and then it goes into here, and it tells us whether or not it can be treated like a string or not. And so this is why like Koans is so apt a name for this project, just because of this kind of bizarre stuff. This is actually quite confusing. I'm not even sure I really understand the purpose of it. And so that's kind of like what a koan is, right? It's like if a tree falls in the wood, does anyone hear it? Cool. So I just ran the rake command again, and you can see that this is what happens when you complete the project, when you've completed all the koans. Mountains are again merely mountains. Ruby Koans in Ruby 2.5.5. Brought to you by Neo Software Artisans. So this is what it looks like when it's complete. So yeah, that's it for Ruby Koans. I think that a bunch of this it becomes more interesting and more fun to do with practice. I've done this multiple times, and I still learn every time that I do it. So, but if you guys just completed this with me, then congratulations. We're ready to do some other stuff. Going through this before you become a Ruby on Rails developer is quite valuable, and I'll probably keep doing it. But we'll probably move on to some other subject now, because we have completed with Ruby Koans. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.